This is a bit about me and how I started from being flat broke, having $3 in my bank account New Year's Day, all the way into making a profitable marketing agency, making me 25 grand a month. So let's just begin. So where this all started, back at the very, very beginning of my journey, when the seeds were first being planted. So back when I was like 15, 16, I was doing like every other kid was doing. I was wanting to get girls, I was cold approaching, I was going on dates, and I was doing all that fun sort of stuff. But I obviously didn't have the best social life because I mean, really, when all you focus on is just learning, educating, and then just trying to find a way out, you eventually do that. And then like I literally wanted to be a lawyer since I was as young as I could remember, about from the age of 12. Obviously, even you can see on my Instagram, I wanted to be an Olympic athlete back in year 8. Then after that, I did my back. So when I was 15, I had my back spasm. I got put in a hospital because of it. And I was just like, I don't know if this is suitable for me long term. Because I mean, what? At any 15-year-old, I was lifting about like 80 kilos on like an overhead press and I only weighed about 60 at the time. And yeah, I wanted to do that. That was the one thing that I wanted to do because I'm like, this is the best way to not work a job. Because all through my life, I hated working a job. Like I love money, but I understood that that was probably the best way to get out. So I was thinking, hey, so let's just do it like this. So I'm gonna get out by by literally becoming an Olympic athlete. So I thought me becoming an Olympic athlete was the best thing ever. But I also realized that that was also a scam because the Olympians don't get paid well. You don't get paid well for having your personal brand. You get paid better if you sell a product. No, let's just fast forward another year. And then I was like, okay. Then I saw this guy on TikTok. His name was Jason Capital. He introduced me to copywriting. He introduced me to that, like sales, the whole aspect of that. And I'm like, huh, maybe the next best thing is probably real estate. So I wanted to become a real estate agent. And then I met up with one of Dad's mates. He said, hey, you're too quiet. You don't necessarily have the social skills to actually become a real estate agent. So that's when he was like, okay, I'm going to give you this. If you can make any money, that'll be awesome. And I remember the day when I've lost 3K day trading because I didn't know how to short at the time. I thought, hey, we're also playing with 10x leverage as well. So that's like very, very stupid, but I don't know why you gave a kid access to that much leverage. But yeah, so he gave me access to 10x leverage. If you remember the day when they released a show on Netflix, I can't think of it, and I knew the Netflix stock was going to short because I bought it. I bought it in. I made about $1,500 off the high. Then I sold it at the low. And the thing is, I thought I was shorting it, but I ended up buying it instead. And I didn't realize that it was going to crash that bad. And it ended up the whole portfolio to be up to negative around about 29, 30K. So that was my first experience. Well, I literally did this while I was literally waking up in the morning, going to law, doing that in school and all that sort of stuff. Like, seriously, who gives a 16-year-old 30K to play with and trying to make money? But it was a really, really good education on how the finance system works, how people take money from you through trading. And that was the best experience I learned while trading and how money can be moved from one aspect to another. So yeah, that was honestly an amazing lesson learned. Yeah, that was awesome, even though I lost 30K at like even though I lost 30K at 16, but it is what it is. Then from there, I'm trying to think what else happened. Then from there, obviously I was playing netball, I was doing quizzing, all that sort of shit. So obviously, you know, your typical like teenager who was like very, very sporty, trying to get chicks, all that sort of stuff. I really had a typical teenage life. Then from there, I happened to try and start my first fitness coaching business because I'm like, I've got a whole bunch of knowledge in rowing and in fitness that not a lot of people had. I spent about 3 years of my life focusing on fitness. And I thought, why not record some gym videos? Why not just sell your own fitness coaching? Because that's like the only logical reason. So I was like, if I've got literally this many years of knowledge doing fitness, why can't I teach this to someone else? So that's when I first started my first fitness coaching online. The videos were shit. They had absolutely no traction, but that's what I first wanted to do when I got out of school. So then I obviously got a job, worked a normal job, worked on the weekends, had that normal 9 to 5 life. So, and also as soon as my best mate turned 18 is when we started going out every single fucking week. And yeah, we went out for about 3 months straight. And I just thought, I was just typing notes on my phone because I'm like, I am so fucking depressed. I hate my life. How can anyone do this from the age of like 18 all the way up to like 50? I'm like, I fucking hate this. Why the fuck can anyone be so fucking happy and satisfied spending their whole life doing this? Going out, partying the weekends, working a shitty 9 to 5, being told what to do by your boss. It's like, I just saw that as an eternal hell. because I don't get control of my income, I don't get control of my hours, and I don't get control of my paycheck. I don't get to buy the shit that I want. Everything that I do is either restricted by someone who has more power over me, or even by a government body who then who taxes me and then moves stuff. I just was thinking there, like, I was literally sitting there, like, typing on my phone, thinking, hey, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, I was literally in the notes tab. I was literally typing notes on my phone. I'm like, okay, let's think about ways to get out. Because also during the time I was learning psychology, and I wanted to be a psychiatrist at the time, because I'm like, I was going through every single one of Jordan Peterson's lectures. I was learning computer coding. What else was I learning? I was learning so much shit at that time. I literally spent hundreds of thousands of hours. You should see my books. So I've got books on dating and socializing. Because I just might as well max it out while I can. I've got books on psychology. I've got a lot of books on psychology. I've got one on like my goals and what I wanted to do. So literally my first goal was to make 100K a month. But like any typical teenager, that's not going to happen. You got to build up the skills. You got to build up the network. You've got to provide value to people first before they can end up buying from you. So I did that. I did that for about 12 months. And during that time, my sister finished school and my parents got divorced. So I was working with my old man. I got a job at one of the places that he was working with. So I got a job with them. While mum and dad were being divorced, it was a fucking rough divorce. So I thought, hey, fuck it, I might as well move out with dad. Plus also I was dating a few chicks at the time, because I'm just like, I'm an absolute fucking G. So I was dating a few chicks at the time. My whole world was crashing down. I was fighting. I was doing fucking everything you could to try and just fucking get out, get freedom, and become successful, or at least see myself as successful. So I did that. Dad and I were literally living in one of Dad's mates' tool sheds. Because I mean, like, what the fuck else are you meant to do? We've had no money to our name when we had literally fuck all between the two of us. Like, seriously, it's like, imagine what a fucking 18-year-old has. And then also his dad, who got divorced, who divorced his mum. So it's like, I'd fuck all. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So Dad and I moved into a pool shed, and then during that month, I was working like fucking 21 hours a day. I was working 3 different jobs. So I was working for a finance company, I was working at a car wash, and I was working I was doing support work. So I was effectively managing people to help them then achieve their goals through supporting people with disabilities. So I was doing that. That was fucking rough. One of the most rewarding experiences of my life, but fuck me. I had 8-hour shifts. So imagine this. Dad and I were fucking flat broke. We were working our fucking asses off. We were pretty much living in each other's pockets. Dad was dating. I was dating. We had all that sort of shit. And like all the chaos that happened on mum's side was fucking, a whole nother story. Yeah. So I was working 21 hours. I had 3 girlfriends at the time. I was doing that. I was dating. I'm not even going to show one of them because I regret dating her that much that I don't even want to consider that I dated her or even was with her. So, like one of those, how you got like the fucking girl that you wanted to be with. So, okay, imagine this. If you got the girl that you wanted to be with in high school, you dated her, and then you're like, I don't think this is going to work out. Then I dated another one, which was okay. And then then after that, after when we broke up, then I had another one who found out about me dating the other one. And then that we broke up as well. And then I rebounded down to this other chick, and fuck me, that was a fucking mistake. Fuck. Like, to be completely honest, I'll share 2 of their Instagrams here. You don't need to even fucking consider seeing the other one. But yeah, fuck me. One of them was literally like, the relationship was really, really good. I just went on a bit of I was going through a lot of dark shit at that time. Like, I wanted to fucking fight. I wanted to do anything else. It's like, fuck. You know what it's like when you don't know when your next paycheck's coming. You know what it's like when you fucking try anything you can. Like, seriously, I was doing Sterling Cooper's affiliate marketing. I was ghostwriting on X for a fitness, for like something similar to like Carnival or Rally. I was working 3 jobs. I was trying to edit videos. I was fucking editing videos on this phone while I was working with a client doing night shifts, like active night shifts. It was fucking rough. I was dating 3 chicks effectively because they all just happened within the same time period, but I sort of rebounded and I was dating 2.5-ish, and the other 2 would want to get me back easy because it's fucking me. But yeah, fuck me. I was dating 3 chicks at once. I was making 15 grand a month. Well, Dad and I were living in a pool shed. So you can imagine that. And Dad was still working his fucking ass off. And yeah, it was fucking mad. So I used the skill set that I learned from doing affiliate marketing, getting more money in, selling people clients, DM setting. Effectively, I was learning the end-to-end sales cycles, plus also understanding people management and doing one-on-one low-ticket sales, and also understanding the complete finance side of the business. So I completely understood how business works end-to-end. Plus, also, I was learning copywriting, content. I completely forgot to add that in my story, but I was doing that. Dad and I were fucking living in a pool shed, working our asses off. Like, imagine this. If you come in starting at a shift at fucking 8 p.m., you don't finish until 6 a.m. Fucking imagine that. Imagine doing that for a fucking month straight. That is rough on the body. But either way, I ended up hitting my goal of hitting 15K a month. I remember it because I hit 8K a month on the last week of December, like 2 years ago. And then I hit 15K a month once I basically doubled my hours, worked public holidays, did all that sort of shit in January. I had a fucking legend of a client, well, legend of a few clients, but this guy was a fucking legend. Actually, one of the first guys to create AI. He was ex-military. He's fucking awesome. But yeah, I just knew that wasn't sustainable long term, and I'm just like, fuck. So imagine you working with like a super like a super high impact client who you've got to look after 24/7, make sure he doesn't sleepwalks, does anything, make sure he doesn't fall, tries, literally you got to help him get out of bed and all this sort of shit. While I was fucking selling shit at a car wash, and also I was trying to understand the back-to-back systems of finance. So yeah, I was doing that. I'm dating these 3 chicks. I was fucking, I don't even know how I fucking did that. Like, to be honest, how the fuck does someone work 3 jobs, run like 2 sort of businesses? Because literally, I remember, like, when I was there, I didn't get paid at all from the fucking businesses. This was all just me learning. And then this ended up getting me into going to into marketing for businesses. So I was learning all of that shit. I was doing all of that. And then I just had a crack because Dad and I moved to a house that cost $900 a week. And I'm just like, fuck it. I know this isn't going to last for too much longer. So I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just do it. I had full faith in my ability. I started up my first, and also just backtracking a little bit, I first started up my first marketing agency back when that first pandemic hit. So I started it during then. And then from there, I learned some basic skills, and then I transferred it over to ghostwriting and also transferred it over towards affiliate marketing. So I did that. And then let's just fast forward. So that I started my first business there. And then once we moved in, I was like, oh, fuck me. I'm like, fuck, I don't even have enough to pay for the rent. I've got barely enough to pay for the rent, barely enough to pay for one of my girlfriends at the time. And yeah, I was with her for a little bit, but yeah. So I was pretty much doing that shit. I had still cars I had to pay off, and then I had this other mental. So this is where I get to the good part. So I'm like, fuck, I got to start my own marketing agency. I had my first 2 coaches to begin with. One massively helped me with cold calling and all that sort of shit. And my other one was like more so I just wanted to sharpen up like all my skills. So he helped me to do that. And then I had this other one who was a crypto, which was a fucking scam, which was one of the worst decisions, but I learned so much about money. But yeah, he ended up texting me one. So yeah, I had 2 of the other ones. I'm just going to talk about the scammer. So I had him text me, hey buddy. And then he just slowly introduced me to the world of crypto and how people do that. And I'm like, hey, fuck. The only way I'm going to be able to afford living this lifestyle and afford playing crypto is by me ending up phoning people, trying to run my first agency. So then I tried that. I tried doing that. I fucking had no ability to sell whatsoever. So imagine me just fucking cold calling someone and fucking like no response because I was so fucking scared of the rejection, what they're going to say. Yeah, I know it's so different compared to when you do it and when you tell them compared to, like when you ask a girl out, like you understand it is so massively different to how you ask someone to, what it is like in person, like over the phone, because it's like, they don't give a fuck who you are. They just think you're just some random fucking idiot who's just trying to annoy them to get money out of them, which effectively that's what you're doing, but it works. You just got to do so many reps. I tried that. It failed. I got to 30K a month. Then I fucking lost everything. So I got scammed. I got scammed for the first time, 50K through a Bitcoin mining website, which is completely my own fault. I borrowed money. And then from there, I ended up still talking to this guy. I thought I lost it all due to my own fault. And I'm like, fuck me. I was kind of good looking back on hindsight because I got a lot more of a detached version of money. So I was like, oh fuck, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to afford this place. So then I just fucking stacked up my hours. I try to work as much as humanly possible. Then from there, what happened from there? Then from there, moving forward, I broke up with this bitch. Then I ended up still talking to more chicks, that same normal shit, still fighting, still doing all that normal shit, still going to the gym, still eating good, like I still have that knowledge in me. It was a bit of a rough time. So yeah, I was pretty much living off of my new girlfriend and her, like she was paying for literally all of my shit. I fucking barely had any fucking anniversary gifts and all that sort of shit to give her. I broke up with her at the end of last year. Yeah, I was with these friends who I met at one of my mates' parties who I hosted at mine, and I got fucking backstabbed so fucking bad. So I thought, hey, I'm going to help these guys out because they're always complaining about money. And then I thought, okay, perfect. I'm going to show them the importance of crypto. I helped them create actually a decent amount. You can see my win in the real world because I was learning RPS and TPS systems through Atom. Either way, very good starting point. I was doing that while I was getting scammed. And then moving forward, I got scammed again of another 20K, which I thought was legit, but it is what it is. I fucking got rid of them. And yeah, I learned so many lessons about marketing, sales, and psychology, which I'm like, okay, perfect. Because then that means if I can end up giving someone 70,000 of my own dollars if I can end up giving someone 70 grand of my own money, which isn't even half my own money, through a crypto scam, what could I end up doing it? I could end up doing it ethically for selling to clients. So then from there, I started creating a bit of content, started phoning up numbers, started getting clients in. So obviously this little thing is the best thing. I paid for my first sales coach, which didn't go out so well, but it is what it is because I was first appointment setting for an e-commerce offer, which was like a fucking big ass scam. So avoid that. Then during that time, I had another guy who I was working with. I got scammed by two of the other e-commerce guys, but I've learned that now. Check them out a bit more thoroughly. So I lost another 14 grand there. Fuck, I've lost a lot. So yeah, and then I'm like, fuck, I don't know how else I'm going to get out of this. So then I literally just picked up the phone and just started fucking dialing. I got sales coaches now. I've got coaches for everything. And then I'm just like, I don't know what else I'm meant to do. What else are you meant to do to get out of this shit mess? Honestly, it's like, seriously. I've probably lost 150 grand within the last 20 years. I understand that's fucking important, but it's like, seriously, like the amount of knowledge and the amount of skills that I've got from that. Like I understand day trading, I understand investing, I understand marketing, I understand sales, I understand content, I understand affiliate marketing, I understand marketing really, really fucking well. But it's like, seriously, it's like the amount that I've lost, it's like, it was worth every single penny of it. Like even from me being scammed up to like fucking 75 grand. I'll put them up now. So these are the two payments. So that's the 30,000 to begin with, and that's the 20,000 I got scammed from. Yeah, it's mad. So it's just like, fuck me. It's like, and then I knew like, what else are you meant to do to get out of that sort of situation? You're paying $250 a week in loans. You earn 4K a month. You're trying to get side hustles to try and get a little bit of extra money. So it's like, what the fuck are you meant to do? It's sort of like, literally you figure out your way what to do. So I started creating content for clients. I picked up the phone, I started dialing, and then oh fuck, I even forgot that part. But yeah, so move on towards the end of the year. I remember New Year's because my girlfriend's like, oh, you're meant to spend time with me. And I'm like, I don't even like you. I don't even get why I even dated you in the first place because I was this other bitch I was dating. So yeah, I was like, that was another fucking massive regret because I felt like I honestly lost more by being held back by someone who was fucking sucking all the life essence out of me. I felt like, holy shit, I can't even fucking breathe. She was on me like a fucking leech. She would not leave me the fuck alone. I could not get enough time to breathe because she's just like, give me attention, give me attention. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Let me do what's important. I fucking got rid of her. And I spent all my fucking time on, as I said, picking up the phone, dialing people, calling more and more people, trying to get more money in, all I was doing is just fucking cold calling people up and literally asking for money. And if you think that's hard, fucking just wait up. But yeah, I thought that was fucking difficult because I had fucking $3 in my bank account on New Year's Day. I had fucking $3 in my bank account New Year's Day. So then I was just like, fuck it, I got nothing else to lose. What the fuck else is there for me to do? And I felt like my life was in honestly such a low point at that stage. I'm like, fuck me. I can literally solve all of this by picking this thing up and by fucking dialing people. So then that's what I did. That's how I got my way out. So me having $3 on New Year's Day, I barely had enough entry to get in and get a drink. Oh yeah, that's right. I got kissed by that other bitch. I got kissed by her. So yeah, that's a bit more on my story, and that was a fucking wild ride. And then from there, as I said, I just put my head down. I learned more and more about marketing. I've obviously a student of the real world, a student of the School of Life, and a student of a few other coaches. You can just look at my school for that. But yeah, I ended up doing that and just kept on just going and going and going. So that's what I did. But obviously, like, if I didn't have the right mindset, if I didn't have the right belief system, if I didn't have the right like placement, or if I didn't have the right idea of where I wanted to go, none of this would have happened. Like, it's fucking mad how much your life can change in the matter of like 12 months. Like, honestly. So I've just been going at it since literally about April because I had to. There's a little bit of a time gap because I'm like, I've got to figure out a way. I didn't get any customers for a fucking long time, but I just kept on dialing and dialing and dialing, and then I ended up getting customers. So yeah, if anyone wants any help, basically just book a call down below and I can help you out. Or also another thing that's like a bit more to do with my story. I just thought I'd just plug that in because I don't want you to go through the exact same shit, because it's like, what's the point of you losing this much money if you could just learn from me for cheaper? And also, if your people need any help in regards to your mindset, click the video up here. So yeah, that's it from me, and that's more about my story. Yeah, it's fucking wild. It was not an easy ride, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But yeah, so either book a call down below and I can work with you one-on-one, or watch this video up here and it can then improve your mindset. So yeah, I'll catch you in a little bit.